There's no one who's been identified to remember tonight, but the clerk did point out that it was 50 years ago
75.
that the battle, it's more than 50, it's
75.
excuse me, 75 years ago, that the Battle of the Bulge was fought roughly around this date. And for those who slogged through that battle, it was pivotal in the Second World War. Perhaps that's something we might remember tonight. Thank you. Please join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll ask Clerk Jones to call the roll.
Roll call for the meeting of December 16th. Councilor Tantar. Present. Councilor Vogel.
Present.
Councilor Z.
Here.
Councilor Devlin. Here. Councilor Eigenman.
Here.
Councilor Junta.
Present.
Councilor Khan.
Present.
Councilor McCauley.
Present.
Councilor O'Brien is absent. Councilor Shan. Councilor Connell.
Present.
We have 10 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Royal, are there any late filed items?
There are no late file items.
Public comment.
I don't know if anyone has signed up. Excellent.
Hi, my name is Michael Underwood.
One moment, please. The clerk has to record the meeting, so
I apologize.
give him a moment to get here.
Jumping the gun. Of course he's right.
Michael Underwood.
Hi, how are you? Michael Underwood, I live at 21 Beck Street. I have been a resident of Newburyport for 19 years, and surprise, surprise, I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about retail cannabis in Newburyport. 3.6 miles from here is where Salisbury is generating hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax revenue for them. Our schools are in desperate need of additional funds. My street hasn't been paved in 15 years. I've been here to hear the mayor and you all talk about the need for changing our garbage system because of budget shortfalls. Yet we're allowing 3.6 miles to keep us from a much needed source of revenue. So this has all been done in the name of keeping our children safe. And I'm sorry, but I do not buy that. The rhetoric has divided our town. It has insinuated that those of us that are for cannabis, that are for having this tax revenue in our community, are against keeping our children safe. I don't think that what I'm saying to you guys today will change any of your votes, but I will tell you that I don't think that this issue will end tonight. I think that the issue will continue. I think that we will see people within the community standing up and saying, we would like this as an option for us. And I would leave you with one last thought. Delivery is right around the corner. The Massachusetts law is written in such a way that allows for delivery. So that 3.6 miles is going to become right next door, where I will be able to order it on an app and have it delivered to my house, frankly, a coffee shop, or the local port tavern, if that's what I choose to do. And that tax revenue will continue to go to that delivery company in Salisbury as opposed to Newburyport. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had another name on the list, but it was crossed off. Dr. Mahmood, do you want to speak?
Mr. President, honorable councils, First, happy holidays and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. I would like to thank Councilor Gunta and Councilor O'Brien for stellar service to our city and the time they spent sacrificing their time with their families to help this town moving forwards. Regarding the vote today, I know I'm not going to change anybody's mind, but it's really disheartening to see the opt-in cannabis action over the past few months in meetings, allegedly saying that opt-out group violated the law without any evidence, saying that they have deep pockets and they filed late. Deep pockets, the ballot question laws, finance laws, there is no limit how much you can pay. You can donate $1 million. Businesses can donate $10 million if they want to. So they didn't violate the law. Second, they claimed that they filed late, and the opt-in cannabis, they were naive, didn't know about the filing date, which is not true, because one of their committee members has managed a lot of city councilors' campaigns and state representatives, Lenina Dyke, and she knows about the filing. She was even advised by people weeks before about the deadline, and they didn't, and they still filed late. So my question to them, where is the beef for their allegations?
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
That exhausts our list of people who have signed up for the public comment period tonight. The mayor is not going to address us tonight. It's time to look at the minutes. We have to approve the minutes of December 9th. Is there a motion on the floor?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, we'll take a roll call on approval of the minutes from December 9th.
Councilor Tonto.
Yes.
Councilor Vogel. Yes. Councilor Zede.
Yes.
Councilor Devlin.
Yes.
Councilor Eigenman.
Yes.
Councilor Junta.
Yes.
Councilor Khan.
Yes.
Councilor McCauley.
Yes.
Councilor Shan. Yes. Councilor Connell.
Yes.
10 yes, 1 absent.
The minutes are approved. Thank you. That ends our consent agenda. Let's start on the regular agenda. Ordinances.
First ordinance, Mr. President, is ordinance 43, Chapter 9, licenses. Following new articles shall be inserted. General ordinance, Chapter 9, Article 10, prohibition of non-medical marijuana, consistent with as defined by 94G, Section 1, shall be prohibited within the city of Newburyport. It shall not apply to the sale, distribution, manufacture, cultivation of marijuana for medical purposes. Jointly submitted, Councilors Junta, O'Brien, and Connell.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And there is a second. Discussion.
Do we want to waive the rules? We'll waive the rules.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing?
Excuse me?
I'll withdraw my second if we
Is
need to do that.
O'Brien's not here.
The clerk has asked we need to waive the rules.
I think we do.
You do.
Yeah, so motion to waive, we're waiving Rule 12D of the Charter.
You just waive the rules in
As
general.
we did
It's fine.
previously.
Motion to waive the rules.
Second.
Everyone understands what the waiver is about because we had a co-sponsor who was unable to be with us tonight. Waiving the rule requiring that someone who is a co-sponsor has to be present for the debate.
I think that's a roll call, Mr. President.
Yes, it will be. Any discussion of that before we take a vote, however? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call now.
Councilor Tonto?
Yes.
Councilor Vogel?
Yes.
Councilor Zede?
Yes.
Councilor Devlin?
Yes.
Councilor Eigenman?
Yes.
Councilor Junta?
Yes.
Councilor Khan?
Yes.
Councilor McCauley?
Yes.
Councilor Shan? Yes. Councilor Connell?
Yes,
Okay, the rules are
the
waived.
rules are waived.
All right, motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve ordinance 43. Discussion. Councilor Vogel.
Well, good evening. I almost didn't come, but I have to sleep at night.
Councilor Khan seconded. Go ahead, proceed.
So this will be a bit of a repeat, but in order for me to sleep at night, I have to say this. So we should not be finalizing this legislation because there's a cloud on the election process. Until that cloud is examined, we do not know if there are any illegalities or anything nefarious that should make us consider our actions. In the same way that you would not close on a house that has a cloud on the deed, we should not finalize this legislation. We're not required to act. There's no logic to the argument that we are vulnerable until the law changes. And not only would the city not issue a permit, nobody's going to step into this quagmire. There's no logic to the argument that we must get this done before the end of the session because this group of councilors know the issues best. By that logic, Councilor McCauley should not be participating. We stand up and we take the oath of office that says we will uphold and respect the law of the land. I will not support this legislation until the cloud is removed, and my hope is that you'll see my way and follow my lead. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Further discussion? Councilor Zede.
Just like to remind the public that the councilor at large filed himself late, and I wonder if he considers himself to have a cloud.
I'm sorry, that's out of order.
Thank you.
Councilor Vogel.
For the record, I stated last week that I did file myself late, and a number of the councils on the also filed. One councilor filed after the election, just as the issue at hand is here.
Councilor, that is also out of order. We will not be casting aspersions on one another's motives or behavior.
Furthermore, I
We
did
will address the issue, please.
Furthermore, I did self-report to the office.
Thank you, Councilor. Discussion on the substance of the ordinance. Councilor Genta.
Just to add a little bit of color to this for the folks that are watching at home, that this is the wording from the ballot. So we are voting on what you voted on in November in the general election. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor. Further discussion of the substance of the ordinance. Further discussion. Hearing none, we'll take a roll call on this matter.
It's a motion to
Second
approve.
reading.
It's a motion to approve on second reading, ordinance 43. Councilor Tantar.
Yes.
Councilor Vogel.
President.
Councilor Zede.
Yes.
Councilor Devlin.
Yes.
Councilor Agaman.
Yes.
Councilor Junta.
Yes.
Councilor Khan.
Yes.
Councilor McCauley.
Yes.
Councilor Shan. Councilor Connell.
Yes.
Needing 8, receiving 10. I'm sorry, 9.
9, I
1
believe.
present, 1 absent. Ordinance passes second reading.
Thank you, Councilor. Next item is ordinance 44.
Ordinance 44, again, this is the second reading. It is a number of pages. It is jointly submitted, Councilors Junta, O'Brien, and Connell. It also requires a motion to waive the rules, and it is, as it was 1 week ago, with changes NP to SP on the first page, marijuana establishments, and the other changes, as you'll see.
And we'll need a suspension of the rules like we did on the previous vote, I believe.
Motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
Moved and seconded to suspend the rules, and the rule, again, like the previous rule, had to do with one of the sponsoring members not being present at the meeting. Discussion of that motion. Hearing none, we'll take a roll call on the suspension of the rules.
Councilor Tantar.
Yes.
Councilor Vogel.
Yes.
Councilor Zede.
Yes.
Councilor Devlin.
Yes.
Councilor Agaman.
Yes.
Councilor Junta.
Yes.
Councilor Khan.
Yes.
Councilor McCauley.
Yes.
Councilor Shan. Yes. Councilor Connell.
Yes. The rules are suspended.
Rules are suspended.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded by Councilor Khan. Discussion of this motion. Councilor Junta.
Again, just to add some color, this ordinance here cleans up our zoning code. So our zoning code will be in line after this vote with the previous votes that we've taken on marijuana. So at this point, the city code will match our votes and everything will be cleaned up. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor. Further discussion? Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call on this matter.
This motion approved on second reading, ordinance 44. Councilor Tantar.
Yes.
Councilor Vogel.
Present.
Councilor Zede.
Yes.
Councilor Devlin.
Yes.
Councilor Agaman.
Yes.
Councilor Junta.
Yes.
Councilor Khan.
Yes.
Councilor McCauley.
Yes.
Councilor Shan. Councilor Connell.
Yes.
9 yes, 1 present, 1 absent. Ordinance 44 passes second reading.
Very well. And we have one more ordinance, Ordinance 45. Would the clerk introduce that motion, the ordinance, please?
Be happy to, Mr. President. It is also a short one. It is jointly submitted, Councilors Junta, O'Brien, and Connell, needing a motion to waive again. It is that the following be inserted into the Newburyport Code. Prohibition of non-medical marijuana retailers consistent with 94G, Section 3A2. Marijuana retailers as defined, Section 1, shall be prohibited within the city of Newburyport. This prohibition shall not apply to the sale, distribution, manufacture, cultivation.
Motion to waive the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded by Councilor Khan. Discussion of the motion to waive the rules. Hearing none, roll call on waiving the rules.
Councilor Tonto?
Yes.
Councilor Vogel?
Yes.
Councilor Z?
Yes.
Councilor Devlin?
Yes.
Councilor Eigenman?
Yes.
Councilor Junta?
Yes.
Councilor Khan?
Yes.
Councilor McCauley?
Yes.
Councilor O'Brien? Councilor Shan? Yes. Councilor Connell?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
The rules are waived by a vote of 9 to nothing, I believe it was.
It was
10 to nothing.
10 to 1.
10 to 1, that's right. And the motion was moved by Councilor Junta, seconded by Councilor Khan again. Discussion of this particular ordinance 45. Councilor Junta.
So there was 2 paragraphs on the ballot in November that everybody voted on. This is the second of the 2. So this is the language right off of the ballot.
Thank you, Councilor. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call on the substance of ordinance
Approval of
45.
ordinance 45. I'm sorry, you ready for the roll call?
Yes, we are.
Councilor Tonto?
Yes.
Councilor Vogel?
Present.
Councilor Z?
Yes.
Councilor Devlin?
Yes.
Councilor Eigenman?
Yes.
Councilor Junta?
Yes.
Councilor Khan?
Yes.
Councilor McCauley?
Yes.
Councilor Shan? Yes. Councilor Connell?
Yes.
On a vote of 9 yes, 1 present, 1 absent, ordinance 45 passes its second reading.
That dispenses with our regular agenda. Good of the order. Councilor Junta.
I got to talk a lot tonight. This is my goodbye, folks. So it looks like I went out with a bang. So I don't ever write notes, but I did today. So let's see if I stick to them. So I'm happy to have served the residents of Ward 5 in the city. It was a labor of love. I really enjoyed it. I met a lot of people over the last 6 years, and I've made a lot of friendships through city council and city government. My wife encouraged me to run again, believe it or not. I think she likes to be home with control of the remote, which is funny. She gave me a have fun at your last meeting wave as I headed out the house. So let's see. I'm happy to pass the baton over to Councilor McCauley. Sounds good, doesn't it? Rolls right off your tongue.
Sure does.
He's already up and running, and I'm thrilled to pass it on to you. I really am. Let's see. My wife and someone else in this room called this my break. So maybe I should say so long for now and maybe not goodbye. But it's funny, as I heard my wife refer it to one of our friends as this is his break. So who knows, you may see me again. But I do love this job. I've loved serving the city. I love Ward 5. And as I said to the mayor, and I think she got a chuckle out of it, when it comes to Ward 5, I'm willing to lay on the grenade for him. And I've done it over and over, and I'm proud of the work that I've done. And I hope I leave the city a little bit better than I found it. So thanks for everything. It's great serving with you all.
Larry. And John.
I echo that also.
Yeah.
Tremendous. Great character. Appreciate it very much. With that note, Mr. President, I would like to announce the inauguration on January 6th. At 7 o'clock in this chamber, we have a surprise tenor that will sing the national anthem. We have the pastor from the Unitarian Church giving the invocation, and we have the usual. And afterwards, I'm hoping to set up, like we did 4 years ago, Port Tavern. But Port Tavern, if you're watching, I haven't called you yet.
You think they're watching?
Everybody is.
Probably not.
Monday Night Football, tough competition. Councilors, this being the last meeting of this calendar year and of this term, I want to just close with a thank you from my perspective. We've had some contentious issues throughout this term, most notably cannabis. But that's not the only issue that we've dealt with. And I don't want all the other things that we've accomplished to be lost in the, in the discussion and sometimes the pointed discussion of retail cannabis. We live in a remarkable community, and I'm continually amazed at the dedication, the intelligence, and the quality, the integrity of all of the people who raise their hand and seek to serve on this council. And I look forward to working with most of you again in January. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. We do need a roll call, don't we?
We do. Someone's laughing in Memphis. Okay. Motion to adjourn. Councilor Tantar.
Yes.
Councilor Vogel.
Yes.
Councilor Z.
With pleasure.
Councilor Devlin.
Yes.
Councilor Eigenman.
Yes.
Councilor Junta. Yes. Councilor Khan.
Yes.
Councilor McCauley. Yes. Councilor Shan. Councilor Connell. With that, as Walter
Thank you,
Cronkite would say,
councilors.
good
Thank you
night.
to the public. We're done.